for Valentine's Day, I got my first piece of jewelry that I've ever gotten from a boy.
Yeah.
That she didn't run away from.
That she didn't.
Oh yeah, that I kept.
Break up with immediately
a nice
afterwards.
piece of jewelry from a boy that I kept. Because I will say, I don't know how much my.
These ones don't work.
Oh yeah, because I can hear.
You can pick it up,
but it's loud.
Okay.
I don't know how much.
Ben, you want these ones?
No.
These work.
I don't know.
I don't need to hear.
I don't know. As long as they say I'm good, I'm good.
I don't know how much money my engagement ring cost, but I know the diamonds in it were fake. It still looked nice.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to guess it was maybe...
Well, like fake or like lab grown?
No, they were fake.
Did you clap?
No, it was 100%.
Yeah, I did it.
It was 100% cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
So I guess... But it was a really nice fake ring.
Yeah.
Like he did not get it at Walmart. Maybe it was like Target. It was nice.
That's good enough. Target?
So, I mean, he probably, proposed to me with like a $30, $40 ring. Like it probably wasn't
Or is
nothing.
this the gift?
But this guy, but I mean, I know
Proposal already.
he got this one from Kendra Scott, and you can't get fucking like nothing in Kendra Scott for $30 unless you've got like a birthday coupon and you're sucking a manager's dick or something.
I did all of those.
So, smart on you.
Hello, it is my
Smart
birthday, and
on
I
you.
would like to suck your dick for a bigger discount. And he's like, that's a
girls
double
that work
birthday
there.
discount.
But he got it like inscribed and shit, and so I feel really fancy with like my first grown-up piece of jewelry.
How long have you guys been dating? Like 2 years now?
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
3 years? He's like a week.
I thought it was.
How funny would it have been? You
the
give
fuck
her
up.
this, you're like, hey, I got this necklace inscribed, and she literally was just like, I think we should break up.
Or better, it's engraved with someone else's name.
I think
got
we
this
should break
engraved.
up. We did a whole episode on the podcast. I'm not good with gifts.
Yeah.
I just said this.
This was last week. I can't
I
do this
told you.
anymore. He's like, you're like, and this isn't even my name. He's like, well, I'm colorblind.
Well, I'm colorblind and that's discriminatory.
Yeah.
I think we should break up.
So I'm
now.
going to sue you.
So we're going to end up on one of your favorite TV shows.
And then he's like, hey, look at all this work that I do. And you're like, you don't do anything. And then he just cues like a bunch of like cuts of us being like, oh, the production team.
The production team. Oh God. Yeah, that would happen. And that's fine. That's fine. Because it's true. I'm a little discriminatory against the colorblind, specifically Ben. So that makes sense.
There you go.
You do have black and white pictures everywhere.
Oh, man. And then
So
she
that
just
he can also enjoy the art.
Or are you just messing with him? You're like, hey, do you see this color here?
You know this is purple,
green.
right?
Like every time you point it out, it's a different color. He's like, I'm so confused. Is this the rainbow?
We were eating ramen the other day, and he was like, oh my gosh, I have purple noodles. And I said, what? And he was like, the cabbage turned my noodles purple.
It was purple.
And they had,
It's red cabbage that turned my...
In his defense, for him, it's purple.
They had colored the noodles because of the vibrancy of the cabbage, but for whatever reason, when they mixed with the yellow of the noodle, it didn't make purple, it made green. And so he was like, oh my God, look, I have purple noodles. And I was just looking at him, I was like,
She's trying to fuck with me.
motherfucker, those are green. Those are straight up like blue-green, not even, there's no purple in there. Which makes sense that he can't do shades. So I guess that makes sense that he wouldn't be able to see it, but I thought it was funny. How was your guys' V-Days?
It was good. We just chilled.
That sounds like Virgin Day.
She's just,
Better
she has a
than
broken
BD.
ankle.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I always stay home. I don't ever go out to do anything.
Yeah, we just like ordered some food in and ate and like hung out, played the Harry Potter game.
Yes?
Yeah,
Yep,
I just go
that's
around
fun.
and like literally anyone I see if I can fucking hit them with a spell.
Yeah.
I'm literally just walking around the school fucking
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I've seen TikToks about people that are like me in Hogwarts trying spells on every single
It's like, "Oh,
every single block to make sure I don't miss anything. Revelio.
Oh, dude. When Cass is
Feel like,
playing,
yeah.
especially because like since I've kind of gamed like all my life, especially like open world games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can like kind of like you notice things, you look around, you're like, oh, this is something that's hidden. I got to do something or whatever.
You know what to look for.
Kinda, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like every once in a while I'll be like, maybe there's something in here and I'll use it. But literally when Cass is playing, it's Revelio. A couple seconds later, Revelio. A couple seconds later, Revelio. Oh, there's a chest in here. And I'm like, oh, man.
But see, See, I would be the same as Cass
Yeah,
because I don't
yeah.
play enough. So
But
I
it's a
just feel
good-
every single thing.
Yeah, but it's good, man.
Also a bit of an OCD thing. I also saw that Harry Potter game, man. It's blowing up. A lot of people fucking love that shit.
It's fucking. I mean, it's a huge. It's really fun, and the combat is different because it's like all like spell casting stuff,
Right.
Than like your normal game, I guess.
Yeah.
But also the map is huge. Like it's like
Of
you
the
you go,
world?
yeah, because like I mean you're in Hogwarts and Hogwarts itself is really
Massive.
big. But then you can go up to like
Hogsmeade? and shit?
Hogsmeade.
Damn.
You can go up to a little village above Hogsmeade, and then you can go pretty much like hella far south where there's all these other little just kind of like settlements they call them.
Wow.
And whatnot. And so yeah, like it's not very like wide when you like actually pull up like the map and stuff, but like
Yeah.
like lengthways, it's really
And
big.
You walk everywhere.
Yeah, until you get your broom, but I'm like 4 or 5 hours in, I haven't gotten my broom yet.
What?
You don't get your broom probably until around like I'm probably a couple hours away from it, but
Even without a broom, there's like teleportation spells.
you have fast travel stuff. Like if you go to an
Okay.
area, you get like a little, you light up a torch or something, then it's like you can fast travel there.
Nice. I lit the magical torch.
But also, as of right now, only one house visits Azkaban, and it's only real quick for this one mission.
Is
but
it
only
Slytherin.
it's Hufflepuff.
Oh fuck, that wouldn't be me. That'd be my sister.
So, well, you can link your Pottermore account, or you can. The Sorting Hat will ask you a question, and so it's basically like kind of like a how would you identify yourself type of thing, and they
Yeah.
say it's ambition, daring, curiosity, loyalty.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you pick?
I don't know, but whichever one it
repeat 'em
is,
for her.
I would
I don't
pick
think she knows it.
I pick the one that's Ravenclaw. Every single time I take any sort of any test
well-
or any
No, but
sort
like
of
that's what I'm saying.
questionnaire,
So like
always
this
a
one
Ravenclaw.
is just
Always.
its own test, and you can pick, you can change it, whatever. But I just went with out of the 4 of that I picked.
Yeah.
So like if you were there making your character right now,
Which one's the most important of the 4?
which for
To
you,
you.
yeah, to you.
Say it again.
Ambition. It's ambition, daring, curiosity, loyalty.
Curiosity.
What would you do?
I think loyalty.
Loyalty,
Yeah.
Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff.
See, I just fucking
Hufflepuff.
said that. See,
Yeah.
no matter what, I'm always
but
a
my-
fucking
Wait, what about
Ravenclaw, and I'm okay with that.
What would you pick?
Curiosity, daring, ambition,
I'm
loyalty.
about to be Slytherin, I bet.
You'd be
Daring.
loyalty.
Daring,
Daring.
you're actually going to be Gryffindor.
God damn it.
See, but my Pottermore thing.
Ambition is Slytherin. That
Yes.
makes sense.
My
Yeah.
Pottermore thing was Gryffindor, and then the way when I picked like loyalty,
Yeah.
the way the hat was like kind of describing things, both Cass and I were like, "You got Gryffindor," and I was just like, "Motherfucker, fuck this game! I'm fucking restarting all this stuff." And then he was like, "Hufflepuff," and I literally was like, "Fuck yeah!"
It was like your goal to get Hufflepuff so you
Yeah.
could go to fucking Azkaban. I love it.
I didn't even know at the time. I
Oh,
would go
you
to
just
Azkaban.
wanted
I just
Hufflepuff.
always thought I would be a Hufflepuff.
My sister, she's always, in everything she's ever taken, it's always been Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
So I've got one of those for Christmas. She got me one of those like sister cups,
Yeah.
and it was Harry Potter themed.
Yeah.
And she even remembered
Yeah.
what my house was and what her house was. So you see her with the little Hufflepuff colors, and I've got the
Yeah.
Ravenclaw colors. And I was
The
like,
Hufflepuff common room
What
is
is Ravenclaw's colors?
blue and white. It's like that pale
That'd be
blue,
me.
that pale blue that we really like, and white. And
Yeah.
Hufflepuff is yellow and black.
yeah.
Black and yellow, black and,
And
yellow.
then what's Gryffindor? Red and yellow. red and
It's
gold.
crimson and gold.
My bad, crimson and
God,
gold.
it's crimson.
And then Slytherin is green
You
and black,
fucking
right?
Peasant.
Yeah. Fucking, you Hufflepuff
Emerald,
bitch.
emerald and onyx. You.
But all
fucking
of the
cretin.
all the common houses or whatever, like where you go in,
Yeah.
they're all like really pretty. Like the Ravenclaw one is
Of
all
course.
really elegant and like fancy and like
Really?
because they're supposed to be like the scholars. There's always like the roof is always like an astronomy map and like all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then the Hufflepuff one is literally because it's like a badger, so you actually go into like the cellar, like where they keep food and stuff like that,
Oh.
and then you go into like one of the big wooden barrels, and it opens up and it's the common room, and it's like
How
so like
fucking cool.
warm and cozy, and it kind of reminds me of like the Shire in Lord of the Rings, like it's like
Yeah,
these little
that's kinda
hobbit holes
what
and
I'm
stuff,
thinking.
and there's just in the it's funny because in the Ravenclaw one there are these globes all over the place, and in the Hufflepuff one there's just food. Like there's just like cake and like apples. Like everywhere you go, there's like a little table and you can interact with it and you'll pick it up and like eat it and stuff. And in the
That's so
in the main
magical.
living room, there's just a little dancing cactus and he just kind of bobs like this.
That's so
But
wonderful.
there's a lot to it. You go to all the different classes. You can make like potions. There's the stuff for like botany, and it's all like useful in.
You do like divination.
Yeah, like in combat and stuff like that. Like everything it's really like in depth and like it's a big game.
No,
But it's really
so
good.
I see why it's so popular now. But I saw another little TikTok about it where someone was like, the reason why you have a husband, and it like moves the camera from her to the TV and you see him just playing the Harry Potter game and she's like, he fights all the bosses so I can get back to enjoying my game. And I'm like, that's great. I bet there's a lot of couples doing that.
Cass
I
was
love
like,
it.
Cass just turned it on, and I told her, I was like, go to easy, and she was like, no, I want to do normal, and I was like, you've never like outside of a platformer played like a game.
Just enjoy it.
Do easy, and then
That's what I would do my
really
first time.
the difference in combat between like easy and because I'm just doing it on normal.
Yeah.
Is when you're like someone's about to cast a spell at you, there's this like ring that goes around like your head just to kind of show like,
they're aiming and like getting ready to cast.
so like you can either dodge or block depending on
Right.
like what color it is and like how strong the spell is essentially or whatever.
'Kay.
So for her, it like stops the game for like a half a second and then is like tells her like, whether or not
Okay.
to either block or to dodge. So it's like just a real quick like stutter and
Okay.
then it keeps going so she has time. Whereas for me, it's literally just all in real time and then it just
Okay.
goes like around my head. And she was watching me play and she was like, I'm so glad that you made me go on easy because if I had to
oh my
like
gosh, me too.
think about like blocking, because even I like the different colors and stuff, I'll go to block and then I get hit because it was supposed to be a dodge and like stuff like that. So
right.
but I mean it'll probably win game of the year because it's
How cool. And
It-
when was it released?
like the 10th.
Of February?
Yeah.
Oh man, so they went fucking early and they were still like, we'll win.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking good luck.
Unless something really
I
crazy.
was gonna say, is Last of Us planning another game?
No.
Okay.
They won't be out. That wouldn't be out for like another 3 years.
How
Yeah.
many games are there of The Last of Us?
3?
Oh.
Is there only 2?
It's only 2.
They
They're working on
remastered
a
the first one like 3 times.
Yeah, and then they're working on
Oh.
a script for the third, but even the director, the guy who's also like working on the show that made like the first 2 games, he's like, we're working on a
probably
script, but if it doesn't
little
really
thin.
like if the script doesn't really like hit us like in a certain way or whatever, we probably just won't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know where they would go from the second one.
I didn't even really know where they would go from the
Like I
first
thought
one.
they were done there.
Yeah. But I mean, if they're going to do it, they'll do something and it'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah. But they would release it game first and then go to a TV show
Yeah,
platform.
probably.
You think I like that. I like that they stick with their
Yeah.
with
Because I mean,
their-
even the show.
the people that got them big. you
Yeah.
know? Don't just be like, all right, fuck you guys now. Show.
Yeah. Because even the show is, they make a couple of changes, but for the most part,
Right.
they're
So I mean, I know
following
that
the
takes a
game
lot of
really
creative
fucking well.
creative energy as well. So I know that he's probably stretched really thin. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But game of the year, good
Yeah.
for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I really
Wouldn't
want to play PlayStation.
God of War go against them?
No, God of War was last year. They went
it
up
was last
against
year.
Did Ring.
Who won game of the year last year?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, hands down.
What is that? Never even heard of
It's
it.
It's Harry Potter.
It reminds me of
Harry
just,
Potter with
just,
actual murder.
Yeah.
just hearing Elden Ring. It makes me think either Lord of the Rings or it makes me think of, for some reason, the Aragon books.
Well, the George R.R. Martin helped write it. Elden Ring.
Okay, George R.R. Martin
Yes.
means nothing to me.
The
He's
guy
a
who
trash person to me now. He's
Okay.
a piece of garbage
Okay.
that can
What
go
happened?
fall off the face of
because he
the
didn't
earth.
finish his book.
Oh no, because he did exactly
Yeah.
what I said I appreciate the Last of Us creators not doing. So
Yeah.
he means nothing to me.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
else does this show have going for it? Or
But I mean,
game,
it's
sorry.
so it's made from Software, which has. Have you ever heard of like the Dark Souls games?
Yes, I've
really
heard.
difficult.
I've played the Dark Souls
So
games,
it's
and it's not easy.
It's an open world Dark Souls game.
Oh,
with like a really fucking beautiful map.
no
And
wonder that one.
yeah, and it was really really good. And God of War was really good.
I
but
heard fantastic things about God of War.
yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was fucking beautiful.
Beautiful, and that the combat looked.
Combat was a lot of fun. Yeah. But in Elden Ring, there's like, I'd probably beat God of War in 40-ish hours. Mm-hmm. It took me 150 to beat Elden Ring.
Holy shit!
And the first 40,
Holy shit!
when I hit 40 hours,
Right?
I was like, I'm starting to understand this game now.
Holy shit!
And then after that, I was like, okay, I can get it. I can actually do this. I can do it. I can beat it. And there's just a lot. And there's no hand holding. Like, there's no quests. And it's like, I mean, there are quests, but there's no like, oh, I'm going to go track this quest and it's going to tell me where to go. It'd be like, no, I talked to Haley 15 hours ago and then I found the thing, but I don't remember who the lady was. I think she was over here, but then when you talk to a person and you do one thing, maybe they move to another spot.
Oh my god!
So like you just have to. There's like no fucking hand holding. It's really all about, and you can go a million different ways in that game depending on the weapon you choose, what stats you pick. Because in that game, it's literal. For every level you level up, you get 1 point to upgrade one stat.
Jesus Christ!
And it's like incremental. Like
It's like
it's super
the most serious video game.
It's really
for video gamers.
It's really like intense, and that's why at like 40 hours, I was like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now, and I know what I need to do.
At 40 hours, you're like, well, fuck, I got to restart because I did not do my stats right.
That was the same thing. I was like, man, I really hope they let me redo my stats because I fucked up. I was trying to do too many things at once. And you should only pick like 2, maybe 3 things to like really level up.
Fucking don't know that.
But you can, and you can level up after you beat this like boss. You can go get these like tiers or something, and but
you enjoy games like that.
It was a lot of
and
fun.
having to.
It was really good.
What about the Red Dead Redemption games? Have they ever won any Game of the Year?
I think both times.
Really?
The first one.
Didn't the second one win too?
Good for them.
I don't know,
Is
but
it
I
because
think the
that's
first
also
one was-
open world? I know a little bit more about that
it's
game.
Open world too.
I feel like so it tends to be. I'm assuming open world games that win these. It's very rare that it's probably going to be a closed circuit game
It just depends.
It depends,
on what gets released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redemption.
Also, the story counts a lot.
Yes. What about? There's another. What's the other? The game that I think is very pretty. Horizon. Did that win anything?
That did not, but it was going up against like when the first one came out, it was going up against God of War, and then it came out last year, and it went up against God of War and Elden Ring.
They need to be smarter about their release dates.
Yeah. Did Red Dead 2 trending game of the year? Because there's all like a bunch of different like. It's kind of like when you're like, oh, did it win Best Movie? And it's like, it won Best Movie at this film festival and this thing. And blah, blah, blah.
But
and
it's like we're talking about the official.
yeah, I'm talking about the, like the
Oscars level for
whatever
the
it is.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about the Sundance Film Festival, which is still
Game
nothing
Awards.
to sneeze at.
4 accolades, British, which is just, I think it's just called the Game Awards. So the Game Awards,
Bet. Keep it
Red
simple.
Dead 2 won Best Audio Design, Best Narrative, Best Performance, Best Score. Game did not win Game of the Year.
Okay.
Who won Game of the Year that year then? 2018? Oh, God of War won Game of the Year that
no,
year.
that makes sense.
The first in the new one.
With the kid.
Yeah.
The one with the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's the one. That 2018 one is the one I heard about more than any of the others. So that makes sense
Yeah.
that game won.
Yeah, that one was really good. But Red Dead 2 is probably one of my like top 5 favorite games of all
That's
time.
interesting that I don't play games at all, so I would say that I don't know very many games at all, but it just seems to be the few people that do play games that are in my life have very good taste because the only games I've heard about are all like the top games.
They're fucking they're really good. But Red Dead was like so like realistic.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
I mean, for the time, the first one, and
first
then
one,
even
yeah.
for the second one, yeah.
First one had a great story. The second one, I mean, I started it. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
But I like, I guess, like the motions. Like, how,
Yeah.
like it makes it feel real.
Yeah, because you feel, and like the more like guns you're packing, you get like heavier, and you feel, you can
Yeah,
like,
like, it's-
feel
That's
it.
realistic.
It's really, really.
Yeah, and you can go into
Dang.
first person mode and like fist fight people, which is really fun.
Also, like, yeah,
Wow.
if you go to a town and like you can mask up and attack everyone, and then if you come back and you unmask, they don't recognize you.
Are you
But if
fucking
you go in there and you wreak havoc, not mask, and you come back, like they'll attack you.
Yeah. unless
Like you
like
become wanted.
yeah, and then there's like 'cause it's the
Yes.
Wild Wild West, so you have a bounty, and then it's like in the certain county you'll have a bounty, and if you're in there and people see you, and you can get your bounty like super high to where it's like they just send the cavalry like on site. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That again makes sense why it would be one of those games.
Yeah,
That's-
and they had a
that's
lot
very
of
cool.
like religious, like little, like side quest type of things, like weird interactions.
religious ones.
Everything, honestly.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
goes in
I
there.
thought you said they would have religious little.
Oh no! I just said like random little.
sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
No, but I mean, I think there is a religious one
I
in
think
there.
so.
I mean, probably because it's the Old West.
Yeah.
They're,
There's one where like it's fucking. Do you remember what one I'm thinking of? The really creepy one with like the brother and the sister.
I just started it, but
man.
I didn't get that far.
And I don't want to. Are you ever gonna play it really?
I don't know.
I'm
What
not
game-
gonna say it then. I'm good.
what game system do you have?
I have a PS4, but my little brother has his PS5, and then I'll just play on his.
I want to get a PS4. I think. Is it still hard to get a PS5?
I think they said it's supposed to be easier this year.
Supposed to.
Supposed to be. I don't know. They said like you should, and I don't know what time they said. But
Yeah.
They said in 2023, like basically the supply chain should be caught up, so you should be able to like go to a store and buy it.
I would just wait to get the PS5 Might as
Instead of
well.
a PS4?
Yeah, you might. It's because it's
That
already the
makes
PS5's
sense.
already like 2-3 years old at this point.
Yeah.
It's so hard to.
Well, that's why
PS4 is
I
already
haven't bought
like
new
12.
games, because I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a PS4.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, the
Okay,
PS4 is
I
like
guess-
12 years old.
I guess I'll wait and I'll get the PS5, especially since
See.
it's a couple years older now. Hopefully it won't be like
I mean,
as
I'm still
expensive.
playing.
I enjoy the few games that I enjoy, and so I do want to, get that and play that for myself. But it's like, how much money do I want to spend?
Yeah.
Can you buy the PS5 in stores?
I went to Best Buy yesterday. I didn't see it.
That's insane.
That probably answers your
That's
question.
crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, even they were empty on games. Like they only had the Spider-Man one,
Oh yeah.
and then some other thing. But like, you know how the cases used to be full of games?
Yeah.
They're empty.
How often do you play games?
So I'm playing SnowRunner right now, and that one takes up a long time.
What's SnowRunner?
It's a off-roading simulation game. So in the
Open
game,
world?
I guess so. So like in the game, you have tasks that you have to do, and most of them require to like load cargo and like drive them. So like you can go to one state, and then one state has 4 different cities, and then you travel like through a tunnel. I guess it's a tunnel. And so
So you have a second job.
yeah,
I know,
have
I'm
a
like-
second job, but it's a simulation game.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like this is
It's a simulation
he's like
game.
exploring shit and like being a freaking Harry Potter Hufflepuff, and you're like, well, I clock in at 6, gotta go load up the
Yeah.
truck, gotta deliver my packages, and then of course the fucking DOT's on my ass because you can only drive so many hours a day. Like I expect this to get more and more realistic.
It's really good though. Like it has a lot of good reviews as to how
Yeah.
far, like how realistic it is when you're driving, and like in different conditions like mud, snow, ice, whatever.
Cool, like how it feels.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, but it's
it
like
like-
a second job. So
Does it have stick shift?
no, it
Or like
doesn't.
it's automatic. Okay. I didn't
automatic.
know how.
Can't you
like,
get the
serious
controls
this went.
for it though to get that?
Yeah, but like in the game, you only have automatic.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But you can get the hookup
My
where it's like you
gosh.
literally have, and you just hook it in, and it's essentially just a controller, and you get a steering wheel, and then like a gas and a brake pedal.
Is that what you have?
No, I don't have that.
Oh!
Yeah,
you
so
have
he'd
to
be
set
like-
it up. Like you have to have like a stand, and I'm like, it's gonna take up so much space. to
Yeah,
have
it does take up a lot of space, but there are some people
But
who
like
have
if I bought it for you,
I mean, I want it.
because
want it.
I want to see you. I want to see.
we're trying to see you load some cargo,
I want to
man.
see him come home. I want to get this all VR so that he comes home at the end of the day, sets his stuff down, like gets his shit on, and then I see him just punch a time clock, and then you just start the fucking
Well, there's
loading
people that do
box.
live videos where they have the big, like, truck steering wheel, and like they pretend they're driving. Like,
Yeah.
because on PC you can download like actual maps, and then drive, and people just do lives of them driving like they're actually working.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Man, there's a world out there for everything.
Well,
I haven't
no, there's
seen
a lot.
those. I have not seen those. What the fuck?
What at that point when those people, like when I see those people, I'm like, you should really just drive for reals.
Yeah, you should be able to get your CDL that way. You know?
I know. I know. So do they have the same thing for like chefs? Like, can I go out and buy like VR knives and shit? And
I mean,
now,
I'm sure
and
there
now
is
I'm
a
gonna be
game.
like cooking and like Ben's gonna be walking through and I'm gonna fucking be like left corner.
I'm sure there's like a VR cooking game.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
my God.
actually PS5, they just came out, well, I should just say Sony, they just came out with their like, they're just calling it PSVR 2, but they're like second round of like VR headset. It came out like, I think like last week as
better.
well or something.
Yeah.
I didn't
better.
know Sony released one.
Yeah, they had one for the PS4. And obviously like, you know, with just like the capabilities of it, it was a little clunkier, but with
Did
the
not
PS5,
know that.
it's fucking looks
Smoother.
really smooth. Yeah.
It looks smoother.
Wow, the
Actually,
only VR.
I've done a VR with the PS5. It was the old VR system, but it still works with the PS5. And
Yeah.
even just on the PS5, it was really smooth. My friend had the Star Wars Squadron game
Oh yeah.
where it's only the like dogfights, like in space, where you have like the like ships.
Oh yeah,
That's the whole game. There's no like, you don't get out of the ship or anything. It's just you doing dogfights.
That would
he
be
had
fun.
He had it in VR. And so, like, you literally look around and you're, like, in the cockpit and stuff. And
Yeah.
he even had the special, like, airplane
Yes!
controller thing. So I was, like, literally, like,
how fucking cool.
spinning around and shit. And I was just like, ah. It was a lot of fun.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, VR is, like, really
See?
fucking cool.
VR would be cool, but I just at
But you
some
need a
point.
whole room for it.
Yeah,
That's the
you need
thing.
you need space for it.
Like, you need a room.
And I definitely don't have space.
Yeah, 'cause
I have no room, so can't do that.
Stro was doing it one time, and there's this game called Super Hot.
Okay.
And the whole point of the game is it basically just drops you in a level, and these people are trying to either like beat you up or like kill you, right? And they're just all like they almost
They're designed to make people look hilarious.
they look like they look like rough renderings of like people, and they're just like all red, like there's no like real face or anything like that.
You're just
But the whole thing is when you move, time moves. So if you stop, time stops. So like if you get hit once, the level's over, you have to restart it. And you can like pick up certain things and like throw it at them. And like if they get hit once, they're dead. You get hit once, like you're dead. So
it's dodgeball. I fucking love this.
it's what it is.
Pretty much.
So you're
Dodgeball
literally
with
like
shit.
You're like moving quick, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh. Because if you move slow, time moves slow. So you're like, and then he'd be like this. And like on the screen, you just see his person like looking down. And then he picks up like a bottle and he just like hucks it at a person. And then like the gun goes flying and he like reaches and grabs. It's fucking wild.
That's great. Okay, yeah. No, VR would definitely be fun to try. I definitely think there'd be. I really like doing the VR haunted houses, like the scary.
Yeah.
I love those.
I've seen that.
I love those.
You could play the new Resident Evil games in VR.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, but here's
one?
Hey, he, he.
No, here's the thing.
The ones that they switched to first person and like kind of went back to their like wanted to focus on like
Man, it's 8. Right? It's technically 8.
yeah, the
Yes.
newest one is 8, but I think
Yeah.
7
Was
as
that like
well.
Biohazard or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can do that one in VR.
Oh man, that was.
No, what
I
I,
played
want,
that.
Bad.
what I want to do is, can we connect the VR headsets to where I can watch what they see?
You see it on the screen.
Oh,
So like they're wearing the VR headset and they see it all right here in the VR
Oh,
headset.
but
Everyone
I'm
else
seeing-
can see the screen.
oh.
So you
I was
see
gonna
what they're seeing.
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind watching that, but I
Yeah.
can't. I still don't think I'm at a spot where I can see something and react quickly. Like I'm
Yeah.
still too just.
Yeah.
I'm a fright person.
No, and
I'm
that
not a
game
flight.
was terrifying.
Or a
I mean, I
fight.
didn't even play it in VR, and I just like put on like my like like my really nice headphones.
Yes.
And you can like hear everything.
Oh my God.
Like every creak, every like wind draft through
What's
the
the
house.
worst
I want to
thing
be
in
able.
that game?
I want to be
Like,
able to hear that
The ugliest
too.
thing in that game.
The ugliest thing in that one was the mom of the
The
family.
old lady?
The old lady, dude. And there's this part where she's like walking down a hallway, and you just kind of have to get by her and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But she's like talking the whole time, and will like get like if you're hiding in the spot, she'll get like real close to you, and she's just like this nasty. She's like, yeah, and then she's like, oh, where
she's
are
the
you? Yeah.
worst.
She's fucking terrible. I
Isn't
remember
she a spider?
she's like some kind of bug thing.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Oh.
I would want to listen to that, and I'd want to like hear and see it, but I don't want to fucking try to fight it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think I
It's
would.
fucking. It's so.
I wouldn't get as far. It's more fun for me to watch someone that can actually excel in the game.
I have a game that I
Where are
really.
we gonna find that person?
Trevor,
I have a game that I actually really enjoy
both of us are already like, what are you talking about?
doing that with. and my friend just downloaded it. So it's the first one, and because it's kind of like, I guess, like a series of games or just like a genre. And it's really like, it's called, do you remember Until Dawn?
Yeah.
So Until Dawn is like
Sounds like a scary.
it's a horror
Yeah.
game where like basically all you do is like make choices and like do quick time
With
events.
that one actor, huh? There's a
Yeah. Rami Malek was in it, and Hayden Panettiere. They get like real actors, and in the
Fucking
newest
cool.
one they have
they look like them.
yeah, like they use them
cool.
for like motion capture, all that stuff.
Yes.
The rendering, the models.
How cool.
The newest one has the who is the Asian lady in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Oh, fuck! I
You
don't
know
know
who I'm
her
talking
name, but
about,
yes,
though?
I know
Yeah.
her.
Brenda song.
Yes.
Yes. Look at
Brenda
you!
Song,
What a badass.
She's in like the newest one. So it's always just kind of like more of like a horror movie, but you like make choices, and depending on the choice you make, a thing will happen. Maybe you die, maybe it just kind of branches
Yes.
off
Or
to a
you
different
kill
story.
someone.
Yeah, or you kill
Yeah.
someone else and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's always like, an ensemble and then some scary thing, blah, blah, blah. But I really enjoyed.
And you just have to survive until dawn.
Yes,
Is that
that's
the...
essentially like the point of like that one.
'Kay.
So I really enjoy playing that game, and when I play it though, because I played it by myself and I got whatever. But where I really enjoyed it was when I was in Reno, I would play it with my roommates, and then I ended up playing it again for like Cass and her friend. Mm-hmm. I play the game. I'm like the dungeon master essentially. Like I play the game, I move the character, I do the
Yeah.
quick time events and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But when it comes to a decision, I just like stop and I like defer, and then like I would let the crowd like argue about what they wanted to do, and then they'd be like,
Oh,
"We're gonna
fun.
do this," and then I would like do it.
That would be so
There
fun.
would be certain things where it'd be like, it's like a quick one where it's like, oh, you don't have time to make the decision. Like it literally gives you a timer, and you have to pick, like left or right, or say this or that, or do this or that. So I'd literally pause the game, and I'd be like, go ahead, and they would just be, and then it'd be like, okay, this, and then I would like, okay, unpause, click that, and then I would just like continue.
I bet a lot of people would do that.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I bet a lot of people, there's a ton of people out there like me that are like, I love to like watch this being played, but it's not fun for me to play it because I don't have the skill.
So that's what-
and it's very frustrating for me to only get 20 seconds in and then die, 20 seconds in and then die.
So even
I give
my
up.
roommate, because we were going to just like switch off playing it,
Yeah.
and it was in the beginning of the game, and we like went to this part where you're like out in the forest in the snow, and he got on this bridge, and he was like, "I'm scared. I can't move forward anymore. I can't do it." And so for the rest of the game, I just like took over, and then like him and my other roommates would like, I was like, I'm not gonna make any decision. I'm just the narrator here.
When there's no like, I'm not making the decisions, no pressure.
It's
probably a
kinda
lot
nice.
easier.
Yeah. Like, I'm just, and especially in a game, it's, like I said, it's just like quick time events. So like that's on me. I gotta hit the button, when it pops
Yeah.
up or whatever. But like as far as
and
the
you
whole,
got
like,
the skill for that.
but the whole point of the like game is like, oh, you make your decision independent. It's like the whole thing's based off the butterfly effect, and it's like when
Yes.
you make a decision here, it ripples throughout
Right.
and blah blah blah.
They give you clues, and then you have to use that.
to try to make the best decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll give you like little visions. Essentially,
Yes.
you find this clue, it gives you a vision of something that's going to happen, and then you're like, okay,
That would even be fun for me, and I say that because I've watched, how there are like interactive TV shows where you can
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you can make your people do stuff every single time. I've watched one, and me, I'm
Yeah.
not I want to watch the story. I want to try to enjoy it and get to the end. I'm not trying to end it every single time. I kill the characters. I never mean to, but every single time, even on stuff when that shouldn't be an option, like the last one was when Netflix did their interactive one with the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I killed Kimmy Schmidt. That shouldn't even be an option. And they were like, you got recaptured by the Reverend and you're back in the bunker. And I'm like, what?
You were like, fuck.
I didn't even know that was an option. But
You're
it's
like,
just
I picked sweet potato fries. What the hell, man?
right. Like clearly I should not. But even if I were to die, I still think it'd be fun to do something like that because I think you would have the skill to get me at least to a certain spot where it's like, wow.
Like
Haley,
you're not gonna.
So you'll pick, and then we'll just do the opposite.
right. Maybe I just need someone there to be like, okay, now before you say that, do you remember the last clue when it said I hate the color blue?
Yeah.
Let's maybe not pick blue.
Let's maybe not go to the blue room.
And I'm like, but exposure therapy. I just really think this would be beneficial for the character. And it's like, Haley, this shit.
How hilarious
No.
would it be if we ran through that game with you, did the opposite of everything you say, and like no one died? Like you get like the best ending.
The best, the best outcome. And it's like, well, I didn't even know this was an outcome.
Yeah.
You can have an outcome where no one.
No, in that game, and I think I would assume, in the newest version of it, because in the Until Dawn one, it's like, they go on to a cabin in the mountains, and then there's like a Wendigo. Do you know what a Wendigo is?
No.
It's like a Native American, like a folklore creature, and it's
okay, yes.
where they eat a person and they become
I knew it sounded familiar, but I didn't want to say yes because at first I was thinking Winnebago, and I was like,
You're like, ain't that an RV?
I know this could be offensive if I say, is that an RV? So I was like,
that one is an RV.
It's just a horror game in an RV. That would be terrifying.
It just runs.
That's the only thing you have to try to get away is a busted, like broken down RV.
You go. It's an open world map. It's just a trailer park.
That's great.
Yeah, that's in SnowRunner.
Yeah.
Trailer parks. Yeah.
Probably.
There's trailer parks that you drive by and they're like, hey, buddy, can you pick up this trailer that we left in the middle of the lake? Yeah,
no, that sounds like a plot where, to me, that sounds like a plot where they're trying to get you out on a lake to
Haley
murder
plays
you.
SnowRunner and dies.
Yes! Like,
I don't know how
you
do
somehow
that.
got captured and sold into a sex trafficking ring. Like,
Because
that
someone said they
shouldn't
had
be
sugar cookies.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's never been. Well, no, it has been food related once, but most of the times it's not even food related when I die.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be an option. That would be one where I would die if somebody was offering sugar cookies and they were just being nice. Speaking of being nice, earlier before you guys got here, I was outside in my front yard and I saw there's a guy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but there's a guy that walks up and down this street. I mean, I see him sometimes walk up and down the street like twice a day. He's just very good about taking his like mental health walks.
Yeah.
I've even seen him out there when the weather is really bad and I'm just like, damn, you're like on it.
Yeah, good for you.
You're
dude.
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
And he walked by and I don't know why, but I was just like, hey. I didn't know if he had headphones in. I could have sworn that he did. Most of the time I see him, I feel like he has headphones. So part of me was like really thinking he's not going to hear me. But he fucking just stopped and turned and looked at me. And I was like, so this is going to sound random. And I'm not a stalker or anything. I work from home. That's how I see you. But when I see you like walk the street every day, it's really inspired me to start walking every day. So like, good on you. You're just keep walking.
And what did he say?
And he didn't say anything. He just looked at me and he smiled and nodded and kept walking. And I was like, that's awesome. That's all I wanted from the interaction. So that's good.
How funny would it be if he's like deaf or something? Like he like barely heard, like, and he's just like,
it worked.
He's like, I'm not going to interact with this.
It
I don't wanna do this
works.
right now.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah.
It was better than the interaction Ben saw in the neighborhood. Ben ran to the gas station and then came back and was like, so I just saw someone slash someone's tire. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I tried to get my phone out and take a picture or a photo or a video of the guy before he ran off. But as I got my phone up, he had already like ran off. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, he was wearing one glove. He had like a short knife in his hand. I saw him just walk up to this car, like look around and then just one tire and run away. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I've never seen that. So I had this like, hey, good on you, mental health walking. And what if that was the guy? What if
waves
it's him?
and he's got one glove on?
It's not that same guy.
That would have been great if it was.
Oh, man.
But I just like that we had two such different interactions.
Well, the other
in one
day, I went to take Lily out, and like right when I opened the door, all of a sudden I just hear, fuck you. No, fuck you. Fuck you. And I was like, all right. And I like look through the blinds, try to see where this lady is. And she's in like the stairwell, like across the pool, in the building across the pool from us.
Yes.
And you can just see her screaming and then like, bam, trying to just break this door down, kicking it. Fuck you. Trying to just fucking... So I think she got probably like kicked out of her apartment or like, like just some like bullshit. So then I just like waited. I was like, I don't want to even be like kind of near this lady or anything.
No,
like
I just wait. That's fucking great. That's so great. I feel like the weirdest interaction I ever had when I lived in an apartment was whenever I had my office window open, and the office window looked out to the back of the apartment complex, so it was just grass and then a fence. So I normally didn't see people walk back there, but I saw someone walking back there, and she had like a really cute dress on, and she looked really done up, and she just walked by, and I was like, oh, she looks really pretty. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, she was walking back and she was crying, and I was like, oh. And I normally don't ever say anything, as I just got done telling a story about how I talked to a random stranger.
Yep.
I normally don't do that, but she was younger than me, and so that's also why I felt okay to approach her, because it's not like I'm barging in on some older woman.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was maybe like 14 or 15. Like, I don't think she was old enough to be living on her own.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe she had like a first date and it didn't go well. And she was walking by, and I kind of waited until she had already kind of passed my window. But I finally was just like, hey, are you okay? And she was crying, and she just kept walking, and she didn't turn around and look at me, but she just like kind of put her arms up in there, and she said, yes, I made a mistake. And I was like, okay. And
You're like, all right.
I was like, okay, my bad.
Good luck with that.
She just kept walking. I was like, okay, my bad. I was really just trying to be like,
I'm just trying to be polite.
I know. I
this
made
fucking-
a mistake. I was like, fuck.
You'll
What
probably make
happened?
some more.
What happened at like 14, right? It doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
I
At
still
least you
make
don't
them all
have
the
bills
time.
yet.
Hope it wasn't a pregnancy. Like, right? Because that could be something to cry over.
Because then she'll have bills.
Then she'll have serious bills.